Ladies, have you heard the whispers about what's coming in 2026? It's not just gossip. It's not just rumor. In fact, it's written into law. Unless Congress acts, certain tax reforms are set to expire in 2026. And that means judges across the country will suddenly have more freedom and, in some cases, more pressure to revisit spousal support, slash alimony payments, or eliminate them altogether. Now, if you're a woman who depends on alimony to pay your bills, raise your children, or simply to rebuild your financial foundation after years of marriage, this is something you cannot afford to ignore. That's why today's video is so important. I'm going to break down exactly why 2026 is such a turning point, how judges are already thinking about alimony reductions, and what steps you can take today to protect yourself before it's too late. And trust me, I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to empower you. By the end of this video, you'll walk away with a clear action plan to safeguard your financial future, no matter what changes come. So grab a notebook, because this could be one of the most important conversations we'll ever have. Why 2026 matters. You might be wondering, why 2026? What's so special about that year? Well, let me break it down. Back in 2017, Congress passed a massive tax reform bill. One of the changes was the way alimony is treated for tax purposes. Before 2019, alimony was deductible for the person paying and taxable income for the person receiving. That changed. And now, the payor gets no deduction, and the recipient doesn't count it as income. But here's the catch. Many provisions of that law are set to expire in 2026. When that happens, lawmakers may rewrite parts of it, and family courts will adjust accordingly. What does that mean for you? It means uncertainty. Judges may take this opportunity to revisit old agreements, and more states are already trending toward limiting or even eliminating long-term alimony. Let me give you a real-life example. I recently heard from a woman. Let's call her Lisa. She was married for 18 years, gave up her career to raise the kids, and when she divorced, she was awarded permanent alimony. But now her ex-husband has filed a motion in court to end payments starting in 2026, arguing that under the new environment, permanent support is unfair. Her attorney told her, "This isn't just theoretical. This is happening all over the country." So, 2026 isn't just another date on the calendar. It's a line in the sand. It's a year that could change the rules of the game for women like Lisa, and for women like you. The judge's power to slash alimony. Here's the truth. Alimony is never fully guaranteed. Judges always have discretion. They balance two main questions. Number one, does the person receiving alimony need it to survive? Number two, does the person paying alimony have the ability to pay? Now, in 2026, with possible changes in tax treatment and state laws tightening alimony rules, judges will feel more justified than ever in cutting support. They'll look at factors like, has the recipient remarried or started cohabiting with someone? Has the recipient's income increased since the divorce? Has the payer retired, lost a job, or claimed financial hardship? Let me paint a picture. Imagine walking into court expecting stability. Maybe your ex has been paying $2,000 a month for the last 5 years. But then the judge looks at you and says, given the new guidelines and your part-time income, I'm cutting this down to $1,000. Just like that, half your support is gone. And here's the kicker. Judges are under increasing political and financial pressure to reduce financial burdens on payers. States don't want endless battles clogging their courts. Legislatures want to reduce so-called lifetime alimony. And in 2026, many judges will have the cover they need to say, enough is enough. This is why you cannot afford to sit back and hope. Hope is not a strategy. Legal mistakes to avoid before 2026. Let's talk about the legal mistakes I see women making over and over. Mistakes that could cost you your alimony when 2026 arrives. Mistake number one. Not reviewing your divorce decree. Too many women haven't looked at the fine print since the day they signed it. But buried in that decree are modification clauses, review periods, and triggers that your ex can use to petition the court. Mistake number 2. Assuming permanent means permanent. Many women think that if they were awarded permanent alimony, it's set in stone. The truth? Permanent often means until the court changes it. Don't fall into that trap. Mistake number 3. Not filing for enforcement. If your ex has been late on payments, you need a paper trail. Without enforcement orders, the judge might see you as fine with irregular payments, and it weakens your position. Mistake number 4. Waiting until 2026. Ladies, this is the biggest one. Don't wait until the law shifts and your ex files a motion. Be proactive. Attorneys are already advising women to renegotiate, restructure, or even settle certain terms ahead of time. Here's a pro tip. Pull out your divorce decree this week. Highlight every section that mentions alimony. Look for words like modifiable, reviewable, or subject to change. Then, make an appointment with a family law attorney in your state to walk through it with you. Think of this as an annual health checkup for your finances. How to protect your alimony now. Okay, let's shift gears. Enough about problems. Let's talk about solutions, the practical steps you can take right now to protect your alimony. Strategy number 1. Lock in lump sum settlements. If possible, negotiate for a lump sum or property transfer instead of ongoing payments. A house, a retirement account share, or even a business interest cannot be slashed by a judge later. Strategy number 2. Negotiate assets instead of monthly checks. A paid-off home, a rental property, or a larger share of retirement savings may be more secure than depending on monthly alimony. Strategy number 3. Add protective clauses. If you're still negotiating or modifying, push your lawyer to include language limiting modification rights. For example, a clause stating payments cannot be reduced unless there's a substantial and material change in circumstances. Strategy number 4. Build your own income streams. Don't wait until 2026. Start that side hustle. Take the part-time consulting gig. Learn new skills online. The more independent income you have, the less vulnerable you are. Strategy number 5. Strengthen your savings. Aim for 6 to 12 months of living expenses in a high-yield savings account. That cushion could be the difference between panic and peace. Let me tell you about Sarah. She accepted slightly less monthly alimony in exchange for full ownership of her marital home. Years later, her ex petitioned to cut payments, and he succeeded. But Sarah wasn't shaken. She had a home that was fully hers, and that security carried her through. The lesson? Think long-term. Think assets. Think independence. Financial planning beyond alimony. I want to be very clear here. Alimony is a tool. It's a bridge, but it's not meant to be your forever plan. So let's talk financial planning. First, budget as if your alimony will be reduced. I know it's hard, but if you can live on 70% of what you currently receive, you'll be prepared for whatever happens in 2026. Second, invest in your future. Max out retirement accounts if possible. IRAs, 401ks, HSAs. Even small contributions compound over time. Third, consider a divorce financial planner. These specialists can help you stretch every dollar, reduce taxes, and prepare for scenarios where alimony drops. Fourth, prepare your children. If you have kids still at home, help them understand that things may look different financially in the next few years. They don't need all the details, but preparing them emotionally helps reduce stress later. Remember, alimony is not your identity. It's a stepping stone. And every step you take toward financial independence reduces the power your ex has over your life. Emotional preparation. Now, let's talk about something most lawyers never bring up: the emotional side. Losing alimony, or even fearing that you might lose it, can feel like betrayal all over again. It can stir up anger, fear, sadness, and that awful question: how will I survive? I want you to hear me right now. You are stronger than you think. Let me share Maria's story. When her alimony was reduced, she thought her world was ending. She cried, she panicked, she felt powerless. But instead of collapsing, she decided to fight back. Not against her ex, but for herself. She started a small online business selling crafts on Etsy. Within 2 years, that little shop replaced most of the income she lost. 3 years later, she told me, "Losing alimony was the hardest thing, but it forced me to stand on my own. And I'm proud of who I became." Ladies, you are not alone. You are not helpless. And no judge can ever take away your resilience. Step-by-step action plan. All right, let's get practical. Here's your 7-step action plan for protecting yourself before 2026. Step 1. Pull out your divorce decree. Seriously, do it this week. Step 2. Highlight all the alimony terms. Pay special attention to words like modifiable, review date, or termination clause. Step 3. Consult a family law attorney. Even a 1-hour session could save you thousands later. Step 4. Review your finances. Income, expenses, debt, savings. Where do you stand today? Step 5. Create a Plan B budget. What happens if your alimony is cut by 50%? How will you adjust? Step 6. Start building new income streams. Don't wait for next year to force you into survival mode. Step 7. Check in with your support system. Whether it's friends, family, or a therapist, make sure you have people to lean on emotionally. Take these steps seriously. Print them out if you have to. Put them on your fridge. Because when time arrives, you want to be ready, not scrambling. Here's the bottom line. The year 2026 is coming whether we like it or not. Judges may soon have the power to slash or eliminate your alimony, but you have a choice. You can either sit back, hope for the best, and risk losing everything, or you can take action now, protect yourself, and build the future you deserve. So start today. Review your decree. Call your lawyer. Build your safety net. And most importantly, remember that you are not defined by alimony. You are defined by your strength, your resilience, and your courage to rebuild. If this video gave you clarity, please hit that like button. Subscribe for more guidance on navigating divorce and life after it, and share this with another woman who needs this warning. And let me know in the comments, what's your biggest fear about the alimony changes in 2026? I'd love to hear from you, and I promise to respond. You're stronger than you know. Protect yourself now and step boldly into your future.